Hey everybody, today I'm going to be doing a book blabber on Divergent by Veronica Roth, and I know a ton of people have talked about this book or reviewed it, and it's been out for a while and the movie is out, but I wanted to go ahead and do a review while the movie is, it's not super old, but yeah, so for the future, I'm going to try to do reviews on books before the movie comes out, so you can kind of go read the book first and then see the movie. And that's why I wanted to read this one really quick. I actually read it in a week, and it's a long book. I mean, the words are, the font is pretty big, but it's like 500, I think it's like 480 pages, so it is a big and long book, and I sped through it because, well, one, I wanted to rush to get through it, but also because it was really good and I got really hooked. So yeah, this was the first big dystopian book that I have ever read, and because usually I'm more of the like immortal type kind of reader, but this is a dystopian society, I'm sure you know, where all of the like people or citizens of the city, and it's placed in Chicago. They're broken up into 5 factions, and they go in and take a test, and it places them. So they could be in Amity, which is like the peaceful one, Abnegation, which is selflessness, Dauntless, which is the kind of like strong, brave one, Eurydice, which is the like intelligent, smart, based one, and Candor, which is the honest, truthful one. So yeah, there's the 5 factions, and you put yourself into a faction. So your family is part of one, and then you go to get the test done. Gosh, I can't even remember what the test is called. Okay, I can't find exactly if there's a name for it, but they go in and they take this test, and they give them like a serum. They give them a shot in the neck, and it goes through a simulation. And based on how they respond in the simulation, it kind of leads them towards or away from different factions. So you can kind of see which one you would be best suited for. But then they all go to the choosing ceremony, and you choose and like announce which faction you're going to be a part of. So you can get one faction and choose a totally different one, and that is kind of sort of what happens to Triss, who's the main character, but I think it's pretty obvious that she chooses Dauntless. You learn that at the end of chapter 5, so it's very soon and like into the book. And also if you watch the preview or the trailer, you can clearly see that she chooses Dauntless, and the brave, like, action-packed drama type one. So, yes. Well, okay, to start off the book, to start off the review, I have to say, I loved how quickly it got into the story. Page 1, and they're saying, okay, it's the day to take the test. There was no backstory, and I have no idea what the rest of the books are even about or what they go into, but I liked that it didn't start out with a huge description of the characters or their backgrounds or exactly what their living conditions were, because I think it's better to find out through the rest of the story rather than just being told right off the bat. So I like that it starts off and immediately jumps into the action. It starts out and they're getting on the bus, they're going downtown to see what's gonna happen, and then it goes into the choosing ceremony, and then they go immediately into initiation. So it was really fast paced, and you get straight into it, which I like because it makes it so much more immediately, like, what's the word? I have a word that I'm thinking of and it's totally not right, but you just immediately become like oh god, what word is it? I don't know. You jump right into the story immediately, and it's very fast, and I just think it's efficient and nice for the reading. But yeah, another thing that I liked was how, well, okay, one thing that I'm not crazy about was how the factions weren't exactly explained all too well. Now, they might be explained in later books, like I said, but in this one, they really only go into abnegation, dauntless, obviously, and a little bit into erudite / candor. There's really nothing for amity except for in the end, because it's like the peaceful one. But yeah, so hopefully there's a little bit more of a description in the other books and kind of what those people do and what their roles are and stuff. But the thing that I really liked about it was how, and I read in the back of the book how the author wanted Tris to be like this, but she really made the story flow. The story wasn't based on other people's actions. It was all driven by her, and I think that's cool because she's the leader of the story, and I think it's just interesting. But one of the things that I really liked about the initiation, because they go straight from the choosing ceremony immediately into initiation. So for her, she starts dauntless, so they have them do all of these different activities. They jump onto the trains and jump onto buildings, and they have to do three different sets of kind of initiation. It's broken down into 3 parts, and they get ranked, and only the top 10 ranked get to become dauntless. The other ones are factionless, which means that they're basically homeless. And I loved seeing the different stages and what exactly goes on in initiation. So they fight, and they go through simulations, and then they go through their fear simulation, or their fear landscape. And it was just so cool because it was so descriptive on their fears. And I think the thing that I liked about it was that it wasn't surface level. Like when they went through all of the fears, yeah, there was something, attacking them or whatever, but there was an underlying message and something that they had to mentally think of, and that's how they would combat the simulation. And that's kind of how Tris does it, because she is divergent, obviously. I mean, it's pretty obvious. Which means that she's basically, well, she kind of falls into more than one faction, but also she kind of can outwit and outsmart and just basically beat and break the simulation. She can understand within the simulation that it is a simulation, so it's kind of like a lucid dream. Like, she knows that it's not real, so she can be brave and she can face her fear accurately and not be terrified. So she quickly becomes the number 1 spot and is kind of like, other people see her as competition because she is, and she's so much better than a lot of the people, and she kind of has to play it down. Like, she's not that amazing, because it gives it away that she's divergent. And being divergent is extremely dangerous and harmful to the society, because basically the government, well, not necessarily the government, but just the way that it's set up is to create order and control, and divergents really can't be controlled. They think for themselves, they do whatever they want, and they're kind of more efficient. They get things done and don't have to be told what to do. So I like that it was kind of, it made her seem a lot stronger than all the other initiates. So yeah. And then we get to 4, and I don't think it's that much of a secret that they fall in love. I think it's pretty obvious. And oh my god, throughout the story, I was just like, can I have my own 4, please? Like, he was so, just like, the way they interacted was amazing. The only thing that made me really mad was that Tris never realized when 4 was, like, helping her. So sometimes she would be in, like, training, and she would try to act really, really brave, and it was obvious that her, like, divergence was showing, and 4 would come and, like, knock her down, and he would yell at her, and she would get so mad, and I'm just thinking, like, Tris, you're an idiot. Like, he's only trying to help you and make you less of a target for all of the other initiates. And yeah, I mean, they did work it out, but that just kind of bugged me. So yeah, and then towards the ending, the part where they basically become robots, that part was weird to me. I mean, just because of the concept, and it was sad, when 4 is, like, taken away and stuff, and when people die, it's really sad, but the ending was good. I did like it. And the very, very, very end was sweet, but it led enough into the next book and into something else, so I'm glad about that. But yeah, overall, I think it was a fantastic book. The writing style is very easy. It's very easy to understand what's going on. It's easy to just follow along because the wording isn't at a super high level, so it's not something that you're going to struggle with, like vocabulary-wise or anything. But yeah, I really liked it. The descriptions of all of the different fears and how she fought them. I just thought it was interesting, and how much willpower she had and how strong-minded she was, and how she was such a powerful character and was able to break through really everything and defeat it. So yeah, I would totally recommend reading the book before seeing the movie. I haven't even seen the movie yet, and I'll probably do a little vlog once I am done, or once I have seen the movie, so be on the lookout for that. But yeah, I will definitely be doing reviews on the other books as well, but I have some other books that I want to do reviews on first because there are movies coming out. So yes, I hope you all enjoyed this review. Definitely check it out. It's amazing, and I will see y'all next time. Bye, everyone.